sir. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to an episode of High Top Sports. We're here for the Tae'shaun Gelsey. I got to get his name figured out, especially if he's going to become a Gator today. Except for his commitment, I'm suited up in, the hopes that things all go well and turn out in the Florida Gators' favor. Feeling good here at the Swamp. I told you, if you've been watching the show like a month and a half ago, got a buddy of mine connected close to Tae'shaun. During his visit, they're like, yep, all things went well. He called me and goes, I think Florida just got to commit. And I go, no, they didn't. And it was because of the noise that was coming from Tae'shaun's camp. So he is set to make his announcement at noon. We're going to go live with him on Instagram if he does do that. We've got the main man, Cody the Professor, here. We'll be ready to rock and roll. So let's talk about Tae'shaun really quick here. Who his top six are, what we're working with, and what's expected. Now, 247 has a rated as a wide receiver. He's been recruited as a tight end by us anyways, because Russ Callaway is going after him. Another 6'4", 6'5" body, big time guy. So I put him in the tight end position. Would be our second tight end if he were to commit to the Florida Gators, alongside Micah Jones, and it would be a higher rated than Micah Jones. So big time pickup there. Plays a lot of wide receiver in high school, given the reason why he still has that wide receiver title. But you see his top six here: Auburn, Tulane, Wake Forest, UCF, Kentucky, and of course, go Gators there as his sixth school. So he's set to go live. I'm assuming he's going to go live. Again, you never know what's going to happen when these kids here at about noon. And we'll be good to go then. Cody?
Yeah, so, the Gators just, if they land them, they're just going back to their formula. They like a guy that can block, and then they like a move tight end, is what they're called in the NFL. A guy like Kyle Pitts catches passes in the red zone, can play wide receiver, knows the route tree. It's very interesting. They have a proven method that they like, just like right now. You got a guy like Arlis Boardingham. He's athletic, and then we have some of our bigger tight ends for 12 personnel and run the ball.
Lee says, damn, showing you risking it with the suit, huh? I mean, it's only a risk if you're going to lose. You know what I mean? So
we don't lose.
Don't lose around here, boys and girls. Don't lose. Locked and loaded here. So as you can see, look, 6'4" as a tight end. On 3 has him the 45th best tight end. 247 has the 104th. But again, they're looking at him as a wide receiver. So keep that in mind of why there's such a big discrepancy there. That's how and I think at one point he was labeled as a wide receiver and a tight end. But they've got him full-blown wide receiver. He is a 904 guy, kid up in Jacksonville, a little bit north of 904 at Riverside High. So very close to us. Maybe we can take a trip up there to go see him and see what's happening. I knew this was going to get some people rowdy, seeing the Tulane pickup. Like, it's never enough. You know what I mean? 6'4" body, 3-star wide receiver. Great film. When you take a look at his film, it's like, yeah, but we're only beating Tulane. We suck. It's like, all right, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Tulane the last 3 or 4 years have finished in the top 25 in the nation.
Yeah, let's not completely sleep on Tulane, but
yeah, they're a pretty good program. Now, they did lose their head coach. They got a new head coach. Coach Fritz left, but yeah, they're always in the top 25. So they sneak and grab some talent. And we know about Florida in their evaluation process. They're usually early on kids, right? And if there's one thing that we can say is, the kids that they've evaluated, they really haven't missed on.
Very much true. I mean, again, Mir Jackson, one of those guys. Micah Jones' film, in my opinion, we watched him, was very exciting. Loved watching his stuff a lot, and he's lower rated than Tae'shaun. So 350 strong in here, boys and girls. Be sure to smash the like button and subscribe. We're just waiting on Mr. Tae'shaun here to go live, I'd imagine, here shortly on his Instagram. If not, we've got Twitter, all those things pulled up to see what is to happen if he does become a Florida Gator here, which would be very exciting. This would be, I think, the Gators' 8th commit, I believe. I've got the calculator here in case things go the right direction for the Florida Gators. We will be able, he will be the 8th commit if this does happen, and we'll see where that lands us. Again, I saw a couple of tweets, people it's funny because last year Florida is in the top 3 at this time, top 5 class, and people are like, "Get with me in December. Let me see when the class signs." Right? Like it's not going to happen. Now this year we're ranked like 40th, and people are like, "This is a joke. This is unbelievable." It's like, look,
Yeah.
what do you want? You know what I mean? Like it's
I'm gonna keep beating on this drum. When you have Rutgers and Wisconsin in the top 15, it's way too early to be
too
freaking
early to
out.
panic. Look, I mean, look, it's fun to be up there. I mean, no, don't get it twisted. I like to be up there too. But we'll see. Keenan Johnson says $5. Says love commitment day. It's like Christmas. It really is, man. It's like Christmas in July. It's juicy July. I know it's still June, but we've established on the show that we're in juicy July season right now, boys and girls. So
Shout out to one of our high top family members, CEO Activia, getting married today.
good for him. Good for him. F2 Raptor. What time does he commit? He sets to commit here now. Noon. That was the time slot that we were delivered. And so we're here ready to rock and roll as usual, prepared early. Let me see. Let me read his Instagram here because he had it here. Yeah. Saturday at Riverside Gym at 12. So if I had to guess, you know how those things go.
Yeah.
You know, they get a little behind. Happened yesterday. Or who did we watch for the Oregon yesterday? It was a little bit later than the announced the actual time. Getting things set up. But it is in the gym, so you got to feel good that there's probably going to be, I'd imagine he go live. He's been posting on his Instagram. He didn't say he was going to go live, but wouldn't see why he wouldn't. So either way, we'll be ready to go. See how it all plays out for him. Again, we'll love this pickup for the Florida Gators. Really excited to see how it could plan out. We got another super chat here from DC Reels. That's $2. So thank you, DC, for the $2 super chat. Much appreciated, my man. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. It is much appreciated, as always, for you guys tuning in on these big-time commitments. Again, July is still expected to be a big one. Once this goes through, if Florida does land him, I will play with the calculator a little bit. Again, on the Vernell Browns, the Hilton Stubbs, the Tramel Jones, Solomon Thomas, that noise has seemed to die down a little bit. Kind of to give people a better feeling of like where it could end up in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Not saying that's going to be there's still a long way to go. The trenches needs a ton of work. So we'll see.
Super chat. We got another super chat by Chi-Town Kane, $1.99. Good to see y'all getting some recruits, in quotes.
Oh, thanks, Chi-Town. I think that was
favorite.
It's our favorite Miami fan.
He's definitely our. By far.
Yeah, no question. I think that was a little bit of a blow because Miami's doing well, and I think that's him trying to. I don't know. Chi-Town's a good guy though, so. Okay, Jason said it'll be about 12:15. There are other teammates of his committing today as well. We always find ourselves in these predicaments. So.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the update, Jason.
We had one that was like an hour long. You remember that?
That's brutal, bro. They get us out here just kind of in no man's land, and like I don't mind it, but it's like I'm feeling an air. You know what I mean? For a while, and we enjoy getting together. Yeah. So it's like I like doing these. It's fun. Just kind of hanging out, watching the kid put his hat on. It's like you said, it's like Christmas. You get to see what gift he's gonna open up. It's definitely fun to keep a part of. So 471 in here, boys and girls. Be sure to again smash the like button and subscribe. We are waiting on the commitment of Mr. Tae'Shaun Gelsey here, who is set to announce in the next 5 to 10 minutes, maybe a little bit longer than that. So we will see. Wow, you know what?
How would you do yours if you were a big time recruit?
Well, that's a good question.
How would you do yours? Would you do the gym thing?
There's no way. I just think the way that I function, the way that I how I think, like I'd have to put on a big show. Not like a crazy thing where people are coming, but it would definitely be a fun, probably video. I don't know. I would like to have fun with it. But again, like I probably, once I made that announcement, I wouldn't want to decommit. Like I'd really make a bull. Like how Aiden Mizell came out with the Gators, like something like that. Like it would have to be correlated. Yeah. Some guys come out with the cakes and the pancakes. Obviously, nicknames will play a factor into those things. So we'll see. Real quick, we got Muddy says, Paul Feinbaum's randomly talked about the Gators, saying Miami is a must-win in the most important game. Also said no chance Ryan Day would ever want to come here. What was funny, I was on David Street's podcast, Total Sports, I believe was what it's called, last night. Great show, great time. And he asked me, he's like, well, how important do you think that Miami game is? And I was like, look, it's obviously extremely important. The one positive is because our schedule is so daunting, you can bounce back with a loss, but I just don't know if the fan base is going to be able to handle that. Tae'shaun says, no, $2 says no shot taken. This is a build up to August 31st. Okay. I mean, I figured. I was like, it's 50-50, just given the circumstances of what we're working with. But let's give a shout out to our sponsors real quick. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. Speaking of, be on the lookout because we will be dropping the Beat Miami shirt soon.
Oh, good call. Good call. You were supposed to remind me of that yesterday, but yes, we're rolling out the annual Beat. It was Utah last 2 years, but the Beat Miami shirt. I'm probably gonna do. I want to do a couple. I want to do it for every game and get a little bit better at pushing it out there, make people aware of it. Probably gonna bring some shirts to the game as well. But yeah, that'll probably be out Wednesday. That's gonna be my goal, is to have it released on Wednesday's show, the day before the 4th of July. I think that'll be a good time to release the Beat Miami shirts. But let's give a shout out. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. High Top Sports is brought to you by BetterHelp. What's something you're proud of in 2024 so far? What's something you want to accomplish this year? When life goes fast, it's important to take a moment, celebrate your wins, and make adjustments for the rest of the year. Therapy can help you take stock of your progress and set achievable goals for the next 6 months. You guys heard me talk about BetterHelp. Think they're a fantastic program. Love to be a part of it and work alongside of them. It's a great program that allows for you to, again, plug in information. You answer a questionnaire. They assign you with a therapist based on the questions. You don't feel comfortable with that therapist, you can move them. It's very convenient, works with your schedule, affordable as well. That's always the biggest hurdle, I would say, in therapy is, again, the time, working with your schedule, especially in today's world. We're constantly going 90 miles a minute. And cost. I mean, a hash brown at McDonald's is $4 now. It's no longer $1. So it's tough to get out there. And with the partnership with High Top Sports, you can get a discount off your first month. So just take a moment, visit betterhelp.com/hightop today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/hightop. So shout out to those guys there. Good stuff. All right, let's go back. It's about 12:07. Still nothing on his end for us. So still waiting on that. Nicholas says, Stubbs decommitted. How you guys feel about that? I feel good about it. I don't think, it was never a surprise. I think we always thought that was going to be a decommitment from USC. And I'm glad nothing's happened yet. Obviously, Florida, I think, leads the way on most recruiting sites, but Miami is definitely right there from what we're hearing. But he said it, and I believe this, and I think it's going to be a time before he commits. He wants to see what's on the football field. I think he loves Florida. I think he loves what's going on there. Again, we've talked about this before. Billy had the ability to sell hope those first 2 years. That's what Auburn's able to do now. DeBoer is going to be able to build off that, plus the Bama logo. We're in a weird state where selling hope the value isn't there in that hope as it was 2 years ago. So it's like I love it. I think everything you're saying is great, but I need to see it. And that's what's going to be a big thing for Stubbs. And I'd imagine for a lot of these guys, I think Florida could be in a good position if the season goes well for a good recruiting class. I'm flipping late there. I really do.
I think Stubbs is possibly the single biggest impactful player that Florida can land this cycle. I think he's that good. He is a guy that is versatile. He really reminds me of a Harrison Smith. He can play down in the box. He can play single high. He can do it all. And you have to have really good safety play to have good defenses. And I think that would be my number one get. That'd be my number one focus if I'm Billy Napier and company.
Agree. You're a big fan of Stubbs, in fact, and have loved him from quite some time. We try to get him on the show, so we'll still continue to work on that. Devil Dog says I answered the better help questions, and they said they didn't have enough therapists to get me started. I love it. I appreciate you filling it out. Also, too, Swolder, what's up, man? Swolder posted on his Twitter. He had an awesome vlog from this past couple days ago where he went and had tried the Pouncey's tequila. So go check out that vlog on our Twitter. It was well done. If we had an interview with Pouncey's or a shot of him, we were going to post it on the main channel, but it was just Swolder getting swasty on a Friday. And I was like, we can't really necessarily post that, Swolder. You're just getting blasted on Friday nights. As much as that's your brand, and we love it here. Wrong. For the kids. All right, we're 12:10. These kids kill me, bro. These kids killing me. But we strong, boys and girls. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Wait on Mr. Tae'Shaun Gelsey, set to commit here in the next 5 minutes or so, we're hoping. We'll have his Instagram pulled up. I've got it pulled up right here for when it does happen. We'll be ready to rock and roll. Witness the commitment, and hopefully there wasn't a late bag from the Tigers or anybody else. Oh, it's a whiskey, not a tequila. My fault. Tequila last time. Don't sleep on Lagonza Hayward. Lagonza Hayward's another big push for Florida as well, too, that we could be landing in as well. I haven't not added him to our calculator when I've done these things. What are you going to
say? We might have to get a bottle of that sent over to Call Me Old Fashioned. See what he thinks of it.
True. Very true.
We got super chat. Chi-Town, Kane, 199. Stubbs, Vernell, Miami locks if we win. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think Vernell's going to Miami, but I appreciate the energy. Stubbs, I won't. I'm not gonna die on that hill, but yeah. Let's see here, Christian. Let's do I'll pull the calculator up while we wait. You guys can see it. I'm doing it right now. You guys can see it. So look, I'm kind of doing a little bit of like what could happen. Let me check his Instagram really quick, just to make sure we don't want to miss that. Okay, nothing. All right. So Hilton Stubbs, again, this is a wish list. This is what we do with the calculator. Everyone knows that it was here. Gonza Hayward, another safety. Christian Gass, we obviously been leading the way for him for quite some time. Tae'Shaun Gelsey, obviously he set to commit today. With 11 commits, that puts at 187. And that would put 187 with only 10 commits, puts us still pretty low. My goodness. Right behind Washington. But look at everybody who's ahead of us. Outside of USC, who would also have 11 commits, 16, 22, 17. Mizzou would be ahead of us with one more commit, but the 18, 20, 25, 17. So in the reality of things, again, the quality is there. Everyone ahead of us, obviously Texas is doing very well with 4 blue chips stock, or 7 4-star blue, big commits there for them. But look, like you said, Wisconsin, Georgia Tech, TCU, all these teams in the top 20. Nowhere time to panic just yet. A lot of big time guys still left on the board as well. And I'm sure there's some more names that I could probably plug in there that I'm not thinking of at the moment. Swolder, if you think of any. Oh, Vernell Brown, I did not add. There we go. That's 205 with 12 commits. Let me check Instagram really quick. Keep this ball rolling. Get rid of this. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay, so 205. 205 with 12 commits. Now we're ahead of Texas. You see there? So same amount of commits. We're sitting in front of Texas in a very good spot. 205 total score. You've got to be happy with that. And that could happen within the next month or so. Again, you would expect 10 to 13 more commits by the end of the year. And there's names, again, that we've talked about that I had a list of the other day that are not, I did not plug in. So we will see. Are you going to be live when Tavion Wallace commits on July 2nd? I'm going to try. It depends on what day that is and what time. Right now, he seems to be a FSU lean from what we're hearing.
Yeah, I did get to speak to Stubbs just a little bit on the Murky Waters space. So got to talk to him. He sounded like, to me, Florida's always been the dream school. He's a very, very level-headed, I would say, and very, very good speaker. Very professional at such a young age. So I was very impressed with that about him too.
What are some other guys we can add to this wish list here that we feel like we're in a good place for right now? But he's committing here soon. The defensive lineman from Newberry. What's his name? 3-star, I think 3 to 4-star guy. He's another one that is set to commit here in the next few days. That's in Florida has a big lean on him. That's a trenches kind of guy, so that'll be a big one.
Yeah, we really gotta get some guys on the offense and defensive line.
Tramel Jones. I know there was another quarterback that we were talking about as well. I can't think of his name at the moment, but again, if we add a quarterback to the class, which we don't have yet, there's 216. Now all of a sudden we've moved up to we're ahead of Wisconsin, top 15 class now with 13 commits ahead of Miami. So, now we're in spitting distance, right? Again, that Tramel Jones could be rotated between. I think the other quarterback was a higher rated. Is it Jarquez Carter? Is that what it is? Oh, Ben Hanks, another good one. Let's throw in Ben Hanks in there. Kind of see this class slowly come together. Booker T. Washington, big time cornerback. There he is, big time 228. Jarquez Carter, I believe. There it is. There it is. Newberry. Perfect. So 236 now. There we go. 236 has us. Now we're in the top 10, top 8. Now we're ranked 8th ahead of Texas A&M with the same amount of commits, with 15 commits. There we go.
we've kind of talked about this before. It seems like that the big fish are waiting a little bit longer to do their commits. It seems like everything has been pushed back like a month to me.
For sure. And look, this class, like look at these names. All right. Vernell Brown, Florida feels very comfortable with right now. Okay. Hilton Stubbs, I will say, could be a rocky one, but it's Florida still, I would say, leads at the moment. Hayward, Ben Hanks. These are all guys that Florida is very leading. Tramel Jones probably is the one I would say is a kind of more of a crazy one because it is a big time flip. But these aren't really big time reaches. Like remember last year we would add Jeremiah Smith to the mix. That to me is the Tramel Jones of this particular list, and that was always like this could really send the thing to the stratosphere. These guys, more than likely, I would say a good chunk of them feels like it will be the class. It will be the bulk of the class, which is, again, look at that. That's a lot of health there. And these 3-star guys, I'm not hating on them either.
I also wonder. We've talked about possibly the 2026 quarterback, possibly. We don't know if he's going to, but reclassifying. Where do you think he lands? In that mix, star power wise, if he reclassified.
That's gonna be tough. I think it's around 4, or probably a 4-star, maybe a little bit of a lower 4-star. I think that it's gonna definitely have a negative impact. It's not gonna be a positive one. Clint, has he committed yet? No commit on Tae'Shaun yet. We're still waiting on. Montgomery, Tae'Shaun Montgomery, good one there. Look at this. Look at the boys coming together. Again, another one that
the wide receiver.
Yeah, that we've led the way on for quite some time. I keep spelling it wrong. Montgomery. There he is. All right, now that's gonna put a 244. Cooking now. That's gonna bring us right above Penn State, right behind Oklahoma. Look at this. So at 16 commits, there's nobody ahead of us with less commits, right? Which is fantastic, which means that we're in a really good place with the overall average. Sitting right here. We'd be right here between Oklahoma and Penn State. So these guys take a bump down. We'll be right behind Oklahoma, who has 19 commits, Notre Dame with 21, Georgia with 17. Definitely need to get a 5-star in there, just to say the least. Pickett? I haven't heard much on Pickett.
Jim wants Pickett on there too.
We can throw Pickett.
Pickett. He's taken a lot of. That's our Jeremiah Smith of this year.
Yeah, that's our Jeremiah Smith, and I'm okay with that. So that's fine. We'll throw him on there. What did it say? 258.
Almost 260. 258.
So right behind Notre Dame. So we still well behind Georgia with 17. So that's kind of gives you like a good weight of where we're at with the other two dogs in the SEC. So in Bama and Georgia. But still, top 5 class. And again, we're only sitting at 17 commits. You would hope 5 more guys come through, and we'll see. The commitment, Nikki Butch was upset for 12. Obviously, I think there was people. We found out that there's some people going, set to make his announcement a little bit later. We got 530 strong in here at the moment. Be sure to smash the like button, boys. We should be over 100 likes. So Thomas says, if you don't close out some tabs on your browser, bro, I gotta keep moving. You know what I'm saying? My eyeballs are constantly moving.
Maybe we do a giveaway. Maybe we do a random tab. How many tabs does Shelton have open? And we give away one shirt to the right guy.
The numbers up here. 20 and 27 on the scoreboard. These are the offers that both of these gentlemen received to play football after they left Riverside. So Tommy, big answer on that. And now I'm going to turn things over to maybe the last several years here in the backyard.
So good.
Please don't pick Florida. On the other side, my mom's a huge Gator fan, so she'd be really happy about that. But I'm going to hand the mic over to him, and let's find out where he's going to spend his next 40 years playing some football. And he's a second-generation gentleman. So, gotta love that. Mr. Gelsey.
I'm going to turn
gonna
it
get
down because
copyright
I'm not going to get hit with copyright here.
Now we know why these things run so long.
I can't hear you. We are waiting on Mr. Tae'shaun Gelsey. There's music playing right now, guys, so I've got it turned down. But tight end / wide receiver from Riverside High School set to make his commitment here if you guys are just tuning in. Top 6,
Interesting
Florida,
if-
Kentucky, Auburn, UCF, Tulane, and Wake Forest are his top 6 guys.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if he does play wide receiver. I mean,
Yeah, it will
that
be
means you would have
To see how it plays out.
You would have 2 6'4" possession receivers.
This is why it's
Billy
taking
G
so long.
getting some-
Everyone was playing a 15-minute highlight reel before he gets started.
Yeah. Billy G's starting to get some length and some size on the outer perimeters. You know, got speed for days, but we gotta get some length
I
and
can't
size.
really hear
These
you,
guys
Bubba,
are
if you're
big.
talking. I got the music in my ear.
Okay, got big red zone guys.
I think it's his entire highlight reel of his entire career.
Yeah, it's a long one.
Here we go. Where is home? Here we go, boys. Someone's got a Gator shirt behind him. He just put the Gator hat down.
I can't really see.
That was the Auburn hat. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I think the Gator hat was the first hat he grabbed.
Sorry.
Somebody needs to use that Zoom on their iPhone.
For 3 to 4 years, I'll be continuing my academic and athletic career at University of Florida.
Okay. All right. That was... had me in shambles there for a minute. Oh, they got the video
Boy.
queued up, baby.
Boy.
Put me in a blender, bro.
I wasn't sure what was happening.
That had me nervous there for a minute. Suck it, Tulane. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, Tulane. Look at that, boys. I love it.
Got a good one.
Big time pickup there in Tae'shaun Gelsey. Again, the 6'4" tight end / wide receiver out of Riverside High School. Love this pickup for the Florida Gators. We were just going over the calculator later. Let's go back to that. What that's going to do now, where that brings the Florida Gators. I'm going to eliminate our mess that we had. Look, just so we're clear though, we were going through this, right? Doing our wish list with the Tae'shaun Gelsey commit. Put a few guys in there. Let me get rid of DJ Pickett. We had the Vernell Brown, Stubbs, Hayward, Hanks, Montgomery, Christian Gass, Tramel Jones, Jarquez Carter. Guys that Florida feels confident at the moment right now. Putting us at 244 with 16 commits. I think it's a top 20 class, right? But let's see where we sit now, right? With the addition on 247 with Mr. There's Tae'Shaun there, which will be our highest rated tight end. Now, 247, again, has him rated as a wide receiver, but as we showed earlier, on 3 has him rated as a tight end. We've been hearing, again, I saw him as a tight end this entire time, ranked 46 tight end in the country, according to on 3. So with this pickup at 8 commits, we're at 132. So 132 sets the Florida Gators right at total right now with the total of 8 commits. Still a little bit down the list here. We bump up above Kansas State and sitting behind Ole Miss, who is losing every commit they've ever gotten over the past few days. So still low, not where we like to be in that Lane Kiffin category. But like we just kind of went over when we were putting together our wish list, Florida leans. Florida has a great possibility of closing strong, even stronger than last year. Again, still very early. I know Florida fans like to be in a better position than where we are currently. But this is a great pickup here. Again, the Tae'Shaun Gelsey pickup from Riverside High School in Jacksonville, Florida. The 6'4" guy. Love this addition. And it will be interesting to see if he does take more of a tight end approach. Again, he was recruited by Russ Callaway. So I really believe he is going to be that tight end push. And I'm sure this senior year he'll work into that. Cody?
Yeah, I think like I said earlier, either he's going to be a big giant wide receiver, or if Russ Callaway is going to use him in the tight end position in the tight end room, I'm kind of excited. The tight end position for Florida, production wise, it's flashed at spots, but it's not been really steady. I don't think that's necessarily the kids' fault. I think schematically, we just don't use a lot of tight end passes. I think with Russ Callaway getting that new position of co-offensive coordinator coming from the air raid, I think we're going to start seeing some more tight end work, actually tight ends getting passes.
And I love seeing these big targets, I call them pacifiers for DJ Lagway, right? Now you've got 3 monster guys coming in next year, one being Micah Jones, one being Gelsey, and the other being the wide receiver Joshua Moore at 6'4". So Micah Jones is 6'5", Tae'Shaun 6'4", and Joshua Moore is 6'4". A lot of height and a lot of size. Imagine Micah Jones 6'4", Tae'Shaun on the other end 6'4", and then you've got Moore on one end 6'4", and you've got Mizell and Eugene in the middle. The wide receiver core is really starting to come together. And we got a $5 super chat from Keenan Johnson, said, yes, sir. Rocket emojis, go Gators. Absolutely. And great point here from Corey Ryan. Says, this is the offense equivalent to Gregory Smith last year. Greg Smith, I was super high on. Very lowly rated. And skyrocketed at the end into that 4-star safety, what he became. A lot to do given the fact of the position he was playing out of his position for a lot of his first half of his career. So when you're playing wide receiver tight end, I'm sure that has a little bit of an impact of what he's doing. And he plays defense too, as you can see. So Riverside High School probably utilizing him as much as they possibly can, being the most talented guy on the football field.
Yeah, for sure. Also to kind of just expand on with what Russ Callaway is bringing in, it seems like he's getting some pretty athletic pass catchers. From what I've seen, every single tight end that he's picked up can catch the ball. Just not one of those prototypical know extra lineman type that can't catch the ball.
Absolutely. Look, chat's saying it. We've been saying it. A lot of work left in the trenches. I need Rob Sale and DeCoster to start get to work alongside Gerald Chapman. There's a few guys, but those things need to come together for me to really feel confident about this class. I think they're doing a great job on of the wide receivers, tight ends, safeties. Are a lot of good leans for safeties and cornerbacks. Linebacker and Christian Gass. Ty Jackson, another big time target for Florida. That was another guy I didn't put on the board that we could, where Florida leads the way. Again, the names that Florida is leading in currently, I like where Florida's at. You got to close. You got to get to the end of the year. I understand that. You got to make it to December. But you can't also, the flip side, you can't panic and say this class is in a complete dumpster file. I like where it's headed. We've had 2 commits this year, one being the wide receiver. When it happened, I wasn't too concerned because it felt like the rush of wide receivers that would be coming, and we're seeing it now. We're going to make up for that. No problem. The biggest loss, in my opinion, was Peyton Joseph. I think he's a fantastic offensive lineman. Not quite sure what went down there, but he looks like he's going to Florida State. So that's hurt. And whatever happened to Caleb Cunningham? He came out as top 6. Florida sits in it. But right now, I think Bama leads the way, and they received a crystal ball as of late. And Bama seems to be getting anybody who they want at the moment. But we're in his top 6.
If you had to go and get one, who flip wise, who do you think we should really be eyeing for a flip from a different school?
I know there's a lot of, the Tramel Jones noise, the Solomon Thomas noise. Those are the 2 biggest names that we're hearing at the moment for flips. But again, I'm sure Florida State's going to do everything in power they can to get to make that happen. So I don't think it's a lock, but those are the flip targets. Again, because a lot of our targets that we're going after aren't committed yet. And I think the other quarterback he's committed to TCU, which also would be a flipped watch as well. So we'll see, boys and girls. I appreciate you guys tuning in a little bit longer than we anticipated, but you guys were humping and hollering here, so I appreciate you as always tuning in. But even Swatter says I think Jessley's ranking will go up. Just not sure how far. Yeah, I don't think it'll go through the roof, but I definitely think it'll tickle up into the 89, 90 marks and maybe a lower end 4-star. But we'll see. But smash the like button, boys. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and love, baby.
We'll see you later.